You're Douglas Alexander, and can you tell us a little bit about, for those who don't know you, what you do?
Hi Julie, I'm Douglas Alexander. I'm the Secretary of State for International Development, so I lead the British government's efforts to tackle world poverty. The department that I lead has a budget between £7 and £8 billion. We work in about 64 countries around the world, and we've got a staff of just under 2,500 people who are working hard to try and make poverty history.
Brilliant. And what do you think about Greenbelt, and are you enjoying it?
I am enjoying it, although I didn't really enjoy it when I woke up in my tent this morning and I was very cold and very stiff. But it's a great opportunity, I think, for DFID to tell our story about the work that we're doing on behalf of so many people at this festival and right across the country who I think share our ambition to try and deal with the worst effects of global poverty. And so it's nice that it's a dry day. It's a good opportunity for us to get out there and to talk to people about the difference that the British government's making on behalf of the British people in so many different countries to improve education, to improve health, and to provide the kind of services that we've come to expect here in Britain. Well, we're looking to stop people having lives that are diminished by poverty. It's a terrible, terrible tragedy today that there are still so many young children who don't have the inoculations that they need. The fact that there's about 40 million school children who on Monday morning won't have a classroom to attend primary school because there simply isn't the money to pay for the schools or to pay for the teachers. So whether it's health, whether it's education, whether it's something as basic as clean drinking water, we're working with communities around the world to make sure that those basic needs are addressed, to give people the kind of chances we would want for our own children.
And how was the government involved in Platform2?
Well, we set up Platform2. We arranged for Christian Aid and others, including BUNAC, to be involved to help us run a programme. The basic thinking was there's a lot of young people here in Britain who have got commitment, who have got ideals, who want to change the world, and we wanted to give a very practical way by which they could make a real difference and make a contribution to the work of international development. I wanted to make sure also that the kind of young people who were benefiting from Platform2 maybe weren't the kind of kids who otherwise would have similar opportunities to travel overseas. So we've worked very closely with Christian Aid and others in recent years to make sure that the 10-week programme that those young people do between the ages of 18 and 25 is meaningful development work, and then they come back to the United Kingdom and tell their story. And I hope by telling those stories, more people will not just come to hear about Platform2, but hear about the importance of the challenges of tackling poverty.
And why do you think it's important for young people to be involved and get involved in global issues?
I think because young people today are going to grow up in a world that's never been smaller. I have a 7-year-old son at home. I represent a constituency that's one of the most monocultural constituencies anywhere in Britain. But that 7-year-old now has a black head teacher, a black female head teacher, and the president he's going to grow up with of the United States is called Barack Hussein Obama. I think that's a fabulous thing. I think it's just wonderful that two really big authority figures, the president of the most powerful country in the world and the headmistress of his primary school, are both black people. And in that sense, I think that's a small sign of just how much the country is changing from when I was growing up 20 or 30 years ago. I think to equip young people today with a sense of familiarity with the rest of the world, to give them a sense that they really are global citizens and that they've got opportunities as well as responsibilities because of that. It's a really, really important thing. So I think it's a great thing for young people to get the chance to travel, to learn, to experience, and then to come home and share those stories.
Okay, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.